Hey there, thank you so much for joining us today at Coaching Changes Lives as we embark on the 31 days of discovery process. In the next 31 days, I will invite you, your friends, your loved ones, your family to come on this quest with us as we explore deeper on your own personal journey over the next 31 days. All around us, there's been crisis that's happening and it's crippling our hearts, putting fears, putting uncertainty and worries all around us. But this 31 days is going to be really, really impactful and going to be helpful for you to get some empowerment, to get some revitalization, to turn all the setbacks that's come your way into your very comebacks. So this 31 days is going to be a really special journey as we take you through every single day, a little lesson at a time to unravel some parts of areas of your lives. So this 31 days has been structured in a way that's going to help you systematically work on certain issues that is pertinent to you as an individual, that can help you and your loved ones and help you and your organization and your business as well. So we call this a journey of discovery. Welcome to Coaching Changes Lives, and we are coaches and we are here to empower and help transform life one conversation at a time. So if you're tuning in for the first time, do remember to hit the subscribe button below and hit the notification button as you tune in for more of our amazing lessons coming right up. So this video is for you to watch constantly over the next 31 days. That's going to really help you to gain each and every single one of these lessons. So I encourage you, and every single day, take a pause, note down some thoughts, and continue the next lessons. And you can come back again and again and again to revisit some of these themes that we talk about. And what we encourage you to do this, I will probably ask you questions in each one of these themes, and I'll leave you with some thoughts, some ideas, some concepts for you to consider before we move on for each stage of the time. So don't be afraid to explore. This is the time for you to explore deeper about who you are and what are your values, what are your beliefs, what principles do you hold, what ideals do you hold. So as we shape all these things, there may come uncomfortable periods of time. There may come an inward looking at yourself and reflection of over the last several years of life. There also may come, a struggle, internal conflict, an ambivalence or a internal dichotomy between a few matters in your own life. So how do you resolve all those things? How do you find a sense of congruence and acceptance in this whole journey? In this whole journey, we're not trying to force you to become someone else. You're not. What we try to do is to help you unravel who you are on the inside of you, who you truly are, and help you gain more acceptance and love for yourself. We hope that this 31 days, which is going to be impactful as we unfold every single day. Take every single day one step at a time. Transformation may happen overnight, may happen in the process, but transformation will surely happen. And this is what we truly believe. Sometimes people look for transformation that they want to have it right now, right away, and they want to see transformation happen right in the moment. But sometimes it requires time for transformation to happen. Sometimes it requires for us some process for the transformation to happen. And it may not always happen at the moment, at the instant, but it will definitely happen. So I encourage you, if you have a friend, a loved one who you can hold accountable to, tell them and say, hey, I'm on this 31 days of discovery journey. Come and join me as I unravel each one step at a time. So I encourage you, we will be here on this channel as well to put your comments in the channel on day 1, what's happening for you, in day 2, what's happening for you. And our coaches will be more than happy to interact with you on this channel as well. So this 31 days is going to be a special live event. We're going to have it simultaneously together as we interact with each other. We're going to unravel and peel open several components. And this 31 8 components are going to be really helpful for you to break open and peel open certain layers in our lives. If you're ready to come and join us, let's get started and let's enter day number 1. In day number 1, today we're going to focus really on who am I? Who is this person? Who am I as an individual? Who am I as a person in a relationship, in the family, or maybe if you're living by yourself, who am I as the person? The deeper part of you, not just the surface part of you, but who you are on the inside of you. At the core of it all, when nobody's looking, nobody's around, just that person looking at the mirror. Who is that man? Who is that woman? Who is that person staring back in the mirror? I love this song in Mulan where it says, "Why does my reflection shows who I am inside?" So really, in day number 1, let's take a stop and let's take a pause and let's reflect a little bit on who are we in this journey. If you have a pen and paper, we have a notebook as well. We have these slides available for you. Write them down as well. Who am I? Note down some themes that comes to your mind. If you have no idea what comes to mind, If you prefer drawing it out, draw it out. If you prefer singing it out, sing it out. Whichever way that best communicate that idea and that concept of who you are, pen those things down. Now remember, this is your own personal journey. Nobody's going to see it. So be very real. Who is that real person on the inside of you? That is who you are. So day number 1, we're going to look at who you are in this whole process and how you interact with the world around you. Now whenever you're ready, take a pause, take a moment, take a breather, and take a look at what you've just written. As you go through each one of the steps, each one of the journey, and say to yourself, hey, yeah, I am who I am. It's okay to be me. I love who I am. It's okay to be loved. I'm accepted. I'm loved. I'm cherished. I'm more than able. I am more than confident. I'm enough. Too often in times in our lives, we are always saying that the negatives. We're saying that we cannot do this, we cannot do that. These things are not possible, that things are not possible. But today, I want you to change the language and tell yourself this. I am able. I am confident. I am more than able. I am really confident. I'm not fearful. I have all that I have within me. I'm more than able to conquer this mountain. I can do it. I am enough. I'm cared. And I'm loved. Take day number 1 just to reflect a bit on who you are. In day number 2, we're going to explore that you are still in control. Even when the car is spinning out of control, even when your life seems topsy-turvy, seems to be in turmoil, even when your business seems to be spinning out of control, know this, that the world around us can go out of control, but we are still in control of our world. We can still control our attitudes, our behaviors, our responses to it. We can still control what's happening all around us. So you still have control. Take day number 2 to pause, reflect, and consider what can you still control. Leave some comments down below as we encourage and support each other in this journey. Day number 3, back to those days. So we're going to take a quick step back in our past and say, hey, what were those days like when we were happy, joyful, when we were enjoying those days? How were those days like? What was those days? How did it feel? What did I see? What did I hear? What did I taste? What did I smell? What was I sensing? What was inside of me? What was happening for me? Day number 3. Pause and reflect. Day number 4. Beliefs and values. Beliefs and values. So take a note of all the beliefs that you have within yourself, whether is it positive beliefs, limiting beliefs, note those things down. And what is the deeper core of your values? What do you truly value in your life? What do you value? Not what society says you should value, but what do you personally value in yourself? Take a moment, pause, reflect, and write them down. Day number 5. The stories we tell ourselves. This day, we explore a little bit about what are the stories that we're telling ourselves today. What are the words, what are the metaphors we're telling ourselves? Are these helping us? Are these serving us? Is this empowering us? Or are these stories defeating us? Write down some of the stories that you're saying to yourself today. And I want you to take a look. If those stories are helpful to you, great. If it's not, how do you turn it around? That's day number 5. Pause, reflect, as we go into day number 6. Parts of me. This is a part of me that's never separated. We all have different parts in our lives. Some parts of us love art, some parts of us love music, some parts of us love to work, some parts of us love to enjoy and relax. These are all parts of us, and sometimes these parts may seem to come in conflict. And there's this process of what we call parts negotiation. How these various parts within us begin to have this negotiation and find integration and harmony. And sometimes we're happy just the way it is. We're happy to have the parts. So whichever the case are, can you identify some parts in your life and how those parts are serving you today? Whenever you're ready, pause, reflect, and note them down. Day number 7, darkness and light. In this day, we explore what are the light parts in our life, what are the darkness in our lives, the notion of what seems darker, what seems brighter, Are they good? Are they bad? Well, in darkness and light, there's neither bad nor good. It's all in relative to our world. So what are some dark parts in our life? What are some light parts in our life? Are these parts shining bright? Are these parts too dark that we cannot move forward? Take a moment to pause and reflect. Day number 8, shadow of the day. In the heat of the day, as we go through life, sometimes there are shadows that comes daunting on us, whether it's shadows of ourselves or shadows of someone else, or it could be shadows of the objects around us that's casting over our lives. What are these shadows, and what are these shadows saying to you today? Pause and reflect. Day number 9, sanctuary. In our secret place, when nobody knows, in that deepest secret heart of hearts, in that quiet place, the sacred place, and only you know where the secret place is, and all of us has that place, it's our sanctuary. That's the place that we hide in, that's the place that we go to, and that's the place we find comfort and solace in whenever we feel trouble rising. If you have never encountered a sanctuary, I will encourage you today to create your own personal sanctuary. How do you do that? Pause and reflect and say, hey, what would I like for my sanctuary? Design your own sanctuary, add some visual elements, add some sounds, add some feelings. And whenever you're ready, look at the sanctuary, take it in, pause and reflect. And let's go to day number 10. Kintsugi. Kintsugi is the Japanese word for the wonderful repair or the golden repair. In our lives, there are different broken parts, and these broken parts may seem broken, but how do we bring them together? So this Japanese art of putting gold in those broken parts actually make a brand new object. It's not the same as before, it's a brand new object. We're not trying to heal only, we're trying to make a new thing. So today, it's about how do we find healing within yourself, and what are those healing elements? What are those goals in your life today, and how do we heal them back? And what is going to be a new beginning for you? Write them down, pause, and reflect. Day number 11, learnings and lessons. By now, you've came across several days in this exploratory process, and there's several lessons you're gaining about yourselves. As you think about this, what are these lessons that you're gaining about yourself as an individual? Lessons that you're getting about your business or your work? Lessons as a parent, lessons as a spouse, lessons as a partner, lessons as a friend. What are these lessons? Write them down, and then pause and reflect. Day number 12, charm and allure of the comment. Charm are what things attracts to us. Allure is what things that draws us to. What are those items? What are those things in our lives? What are those things? Are those distractors or are those attractors? Take some moment to pause and write them down. As you look at them, take a deep breath, pause and reflect. Day number 13, little big us. Hey, we always say this, you're not the boss of me now. And what is that little big us on the inside? The small us and big us. And sometimes we feel that in our own world, we are that we're in control. But in another person's context, we feel like we're little dwarfs. What are some of these contexts that we're encountering? Write them down. And what happened? What were you feeling in those contexts? Pen them down as well. And look at them. And then pause and reflect about what you've just experienced. Day number 14, seeking meaning. As we journey through this self-discovery process, hey, what's happening for us? What is becoming more meaningful to us? What are we unraveling in ourselves? What are those meanings? What are we seeking for? Pause and reflect. Day number 15, we are close to the halfway mark. Dreamland, a million dreams. There's this beautiful song in The Greatest Showman called A Million Dreams. And in this song, it's that dreams never fade away. Live believing dreams are for weaving. Wonders are waiting to start. Don't let your dreams pass by. Pen your dreams right now. I'll encourage you, if you can, draw it out. If you're a singer, sing it out. If you're a poet, write a poetry about your dreams. Don't let your dreams die. Never let it go. Take a moment pause, and reflect. Day number 16, my life philosophy. So we discovered about dreams and now we're saying, hey, what's my philosophy for my life? And phileo means love. Sophia means wisdom. What's the love of wisdom in my life? What am I pursuing in my life? Pen those things down. Pause and reflect. Day number 17, the purpose-driven life. Are we going through life aimless? Are we going through life meaningful? Are we going through life meaningless? Or what's the pursuit of life? What's the purpose of life? What's that purpose-driven life? Note them down and say, hey, what's driving you in this life? What is pushing you in this life? Put those items and ideas down in your journal and pause and reflect. Day number 18, baby steps towards growth. As we're going through this journey, it's not about rushing it. It's not about moving it too quickly. It's about saying, hey, what are some tiny steps I can take today to make the first step forward? Those will be your baby steps. Take a moment to pause and reflect. Day 19, small strokes fell great oaks. So this is what we're saying. How do we conquer the impossible? How do we turn the impossible to possible? Like the word impossible, it's I am possible. How do we look at a giant and say, hey, we're more than able to conquer? The mustard seed is a small seed, but as it grows into a giant, strong, sturdy tree that lasts through the weather of time. So what are those small strokes for you today? Pause and reflect. Day 20, 1,000 times. So we say this, as you practice your skills, as you practice and refine the areas of your life, are you finding new ways, new 1,000 different ways? Or are you refining that one way 1,000 different times? What are some of those things you've been pursuing in your life? Begin to pause and reflect on them. Day 21, practice makes permanence. Taking the practice that we've done, what have you been practicing? What has become permanent in your life? Are those things benefiting you? How do we change them? How can you make more practices that will help you to gain permanence in the positive state for yourself? Take a moment to write them down and how you will practice them to make them integral in your life. Take a moment to reflect and pause. Day 22, the color of my thoughts. Now we all have different thoughts and some of us say, are our thoughts confusing us? No, our thoughts are there to help us and to aid us. What are the colors of your thoughts today? Pause and reflect. Day 23, have courage to be humble. Now sometimes our ego takes over our spirit and our hearts because our ego wants to go in different directions, but actually we can have that courage to be humble today. Write down some thoughts that you can humble yourself today. Pause and reflect. Day 24, the art of not falling apart. Now sometimes in the journey, we feel that life is just coming apart piece by piece by piece, and it seems like we're tipping over. What do we do in such moments? How do we respond in such moments? How do we maintain a position that we're not falling apart? And that's what we're going to explore in day number 24. Take some moment to just write those things down, pause, and reflect. Day 25, one step back, two steps forward. So sometimes it might require us to just take a step back to look at things in a whole new way and then say to ourselves, hey, are there things that we're missing out in what I'm experiencing today? Am I missing something? Am I seeing something? Are things becoming clearer for me? Before taking the next steps forward, because sometimes taking a step back allows you to see things in a new horizon. What are some things you can take a step back today? Write those things down, take a pause, and reflect. Day 26, my beautiful journey. What has become beautiful for you right now? By now you've crossed 26 days in your journey. What are beautiful moments that you've experienced? Take a pause and reflect. Day 27, frames. How are we framing our world right now? How are we framing our future? What were the frames of our past and how can we move forward in the future? Note down some of these frames and pause and reflect. Day 28, aspire to inspire. What are we aspiring to be and how do we inspire others on forward? It's not just about change on the inside, but how do we help others as well? Take a moment to pause and reflect. Day 29, Kaizen. The art of constant never-ending change, constant never-ending improvement. What am I resolved today to improve constantly over the next few journeys? Take a moment to pause and reflect. Day 30, being present with myself. In this point of time, are we present with ourselves or are we present all around us? How do we give ourselves the best present to be present with yourself? Have you taken a moment over these 30 days to just pause and just be by yourself and be comfortable there? Take a moment to pause and reflect. Day 31, I am that I am. This day is a day where we celebrate you. We celebrate who you are as a person. We celebrate what's happening for you in totality. I am. I am. I am. Write those things down, pause and reflect. There you are, 31 days of internal discovery and a journey of exploration for yourself. Take this journey with you, come back to this video, watch them again, and as you watch them, there are many lessons that you're learning from this whole experience. Pen those things down. Don't forget these things. We have a workbook that's going to help you along the way, so stay tuned to our social media page because we're going to share with some of those stuff. Do remember to subscribe to this channel as we give you updates along this journey and make this 31 days your best 31 days yet. It takes 31 days to secure a skill and a new habit. Let this new habit be a habit for a force of change and a force of good in your life today. Whenever you're ready, we hope that this 31 days has been wonderful for you and a wonderful experience. If you would like to share with us your journey and your testimonies, do reach out to us and share with us. We would love to hear from you. Until next time, we'll see you at Coaching Changes Lives.